Hello, doing a quick recording here of Fortnite Chapter 2. We are playing on an X5670 CPU paired with the RX570 video card. The settings that we are playing on here today are known as Pro settings. We have epic view distance with everything else set to low or off, all at 1920 by 1080p. And for those of you who are not familiar, the X56 CPU or the X5670 CPU is from about 2011. It's a 6-core, 12-threaded processor from Intel's Xeon lineup of CPUs. And yeah, today we're just going to be testing that out with the RX570 video card. And yeah, I do have MSI Afterburner running in the top left-hand corner of the screen, so you can watch the frame rate counter there, as well as the frame time graph, and yes, of course, the CPU and GPU usage. So you've got a couple statistics to keep an eye out on there. I recommend just watch the frame rate counter and just observe the recording. The recording will pick up everything you need to know. If there's any stutter or lag, the recording will pick that up. So yeah, that's really nice, part of the recording. And yeah, cool feature is that you can game and record simultaneously on this system thanks to the AMD encoder, which is part of the RX570 video card. Yeah, but without, I guess, further ado, we'll be landing here, and yeah, just keep an eye out on the frame rate counter, and yeah, just watch the recording. I found generally on average the frame rate will stay about around that 100 FPS mark, depending on where you are on the map, how many players there are around you, and a couple other variables. It can go down to about 80 in certain cases, but you'll never experience really any large stutter or lag or anything like that. And I think that's the most important part. I'm just sharing kind of what my experience has been testing this system. But yeah, overall I'd say it's a super smooth experience. Recently I was just testing out some i5 systems, for example like an i5-4570, which is a 4th generation i5 CPU, and I'm pretty much at the point where it's like I prefer this older. It's a little bit older than like a 4th gen i5, but I actually prefer this X5670 CPU over the 4th gen i5. I don't know if I prefer it over the 4th gen i7, but it's really close in terms of like a smooth experience. Yeah, let's see if we can snipe him. No, we missed. But he is fighting someone else in the water. We can probably get him if we can time this correctly. There we go. That was a very, 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 very lucky headshot. And now we've got the other player here that will try to snipe as well. No, we totally missed. Thing is, if he can see us, then he can snipe us as well. And there we go. That's 2 kills quickly off the bat. And you can see right now, the frame rate just a second ago was in the 90s. But yeah, the good thing is that the frame time graph is super solid. And as well, like the frame rate's smooth. It's not like we're going from 100 FPS down to 60, back up to 100. So, like, it's a consistent frame rate. And yeah, the consistency basically equates to having a smooth experience. Yeah, sorry about the background noise, but I need to get this recording done. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. Yeah, the date of this recording, for those of you who are wondering, is December 20th. So this is on like Fortnite's winter patch. So I do know well, I don't know if performance was affected a lot, but I do feel like when I was testing out my other systems that like the frame rate was a little lower, or it just wasn't running as smooth. So far on this X5670 system, like it's I think the smoothest that I've experienced out of like all the systems I've tested so far. Like obviously they're not high-end systems, they're all like the same kind of budget range where I'm testing out like a 3rd gen i7, a 3rd gen i5. But yeah, like I'm very impressed with how well this like not 11-year-old, it's from 2011, so almost 9-year-old CPU is performing here today in 2019, almost 2020 in just about 11 days. So yeah, like overall it's super smooth. You can see it's just around that 100 FPS mark as I was mentioning. Of course, if you need a little bit higher frame rate, you can always set up like a stretched resolution. I personally find 100 FPS gets the job done, and yeah, at this budget range, like it's pretty nice. All right, there's a big pot. We'll quickly use that, then we'll have to take a boat out of here because yeah, we're pretty far from the storm. Alright, so we'll grab those. Alrighty. Should be a boat somewhere around here. Yep, there's a boat here as well. When you are in the boat and you are moving, I know sometimes, like certain systems or whatever, you will get a little bit of stutter or lag or whatever, so it's good to check out here. Let's grab this stuff from that guy we took out earlier. Alright, there we go. Just grab a little bit of material and we'll just continue moving along. What's this? Looks like lightsabers. Oh, I'd love to grab one, but I don't know what to get rid of, so it's kind of not really gonna happen. Or I guess we can grab it. We'll grab Ray's lightsaber. Yeah, we'll turbo boost our way out of here. We could do the dam route, but then we have to kind of run up quickly, so I'm thinking we will have to do something called land skipping, where we're just gonna take the boat on land. Yeah, overall the performance is, I'd say, really solid. Obviously I'm biased because I love, like, I'm building and selling these systems and I really enjoy using them myself, so yeah, but that's why I'm doing the recording, of course, so that you can actually get a feel for what the performance is versus me just saying, like, yeah, it'll hold 100 FPS on average. Because at the same time, it's like I could also say that, well, it'll get 150 frames per second, because right now, in this one spot on the map, we're getting like 150 frames per second, but the recording basically is, I think, the best way to judge performance, because it shows you, like, is the performance smooth? Are the 1% lows good? It tells like a fuller story, like without having to kind of research like what 1% lows look like. Because I know, like, you can have a high frame rate, but if you're like, for example, playing on a 3rd gen i5, you can maybe get 160 FPS, but you're gonna have a lot of stutter. So it really depends. Alright, we'll continue moving around here. The new Star Wars movie is good. Spoiler. But yeah, running around 120 FPS at the moment. I don't necessarily think I would pair this with a high refresh rate monitor, like 144 Hz monitor. Like, it is an option. I currently have it paired with a 75 Hz FreeSync monitor, and it's perfectly fine for me. But yeah, it's like, the key is just get a normal 60 Hz monitor, and then, yeah, you're getting 100 FPS, which affects your frame time. The frame time is really nice, and yeah, I don't know what else really to say except just watch the recording, kind of observe like what the performance is, and if this is something that you're interested in, you can always reach out. As well, if you're looking to build like a budget system like this and you want some like feedback on what kind of parts to get, you can always reach out, and I'd be happy to kind of give you my 2 cents or my opinion, or help steer you in the right direction. Let's make sure our sniper's reloaded, because there should be other players around here. We are pretty far from the next storm, so those are stormtroopers. You got to be careful when shooting them, because they'll just start shooting you, and yeah, they'll shoot you from far away. They do a ton of damage. But the nice thing is, if you do trigger them, then they will shoot at other players in the surrounding area, from what I understand, which kind of gives away their location. We have to be careful because we don't have a shotgun. Alright, we do know there's a player in that house there. As well, there's a boat cruising around here. But that looked close. It obviously wasn't, but let's see, are there other players around this area? Okay. I think we have to headshot him, otherwise him and his buddies around here will... Oh wow, that's a lot of stormtroopers. That's, yeah, they do a ton of damage, and you can't block all their shots. And it's kind of a waste of bullets. Alright, that worked out pretty well. We didn't take any damage at all, really. Maybe 25 damage or something. Yeah, I'll take one of these laser blasters, why not? Looks like someone else died around here, so that's interesting. We'll just collect their materials, and continue on our way. Alrighty, I don't see anyone else in this vicinity. Yeah, nice thing with these stormtrooper weapons is that they don't require any ammo, but the aim is horrendous on them. Alright, looks like there are players around here fighting. Just have to be really careful because he should see us. Oh, we're dead. Oh, wow. Where's his inventory, though, is my question. Oh, it just spawned. Because I'm like, why is his inventory not there? But those are silly questions I sometimes ask. Alright, we're maxed out on wood. We're gonna grab the shot. Alright, it's up to the lightsaber again. And the fourth shot always finishes off the job. Alright, we're just going to quickly pop this medkit or whatever it's called, and then we have to run to the next circle. Is there anything else we want to grab here? No, so we're just going to run. Actually, yeah, we do. Kind of want this here. I would have gone back and grabbed some ammo, but it's not always an option. And it looks like someone sees us, so we are getting shot at. And timing is everything. Okay, we see him coming. Whoa, 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 we're dead. Oh my goodness. Sorry, my commentary is horrendous, but I thought we were dead again. But then again, of course we're not, because we have 5 kills. But yeah, you can see the whole time the performance is super smooth. Like, I don't think we've had any stutter at all. Oh my god, do we have to go in there? Yeah, we do. That was inconvenient. Looks like there's a fireplace here. We should have used this actually. Oh, 300 wood to restoke. Okay, that was a real big waste of materials. Yeah, but we have a lot of materials, so it's not gonna kill us. Alright, I will swap that over there. Yeah, the lightsaber is very broken. Like, if you can land your 4th combo or whatever. But currently running around at about 130 FPS. Super smooth. Like, I don't know what else to say, really. Like, I think it's a great experience. See if there's any other players around here. Potentially. Yes, there is. Someone is in there, clearly. Am I feeling lucky? The answer is yes. Can we do this? Probably not. La la la. Oh, that was silly. But anyways, that's going to conclude the recording. I think this recording will give you a really good idea of how this system will perform in Fortnite Chapter 2. Again, we are playing on pro settings where we have epic view distance and everything else set to lower off. And yeah, if you guys have any questions or are interested, definitely reach out and I'd be happy to answer like any questions, of course. And yeah, thanks for watching and happy holidays.